Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine there's this hidden side to betting. Not about luck, really. We're talking about highly organized groups wagering huge amounts, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions.
Hmm.
We're diving into the world of betting syndicates today.
Yeah, and what's fascinating, I think, is just how different these operations are from, the average person placing a weekend bet.
Totally different. Forget casual betting. These are like professional outfits.
Professional is the word. You've got serious players involved.
Exactly. Think of them almost like, oh, like Wall Street traders, maybe. But instead of stocks, their currency is betting odds.
That's a great comparison. And their market is the global sportsbook landscape.
And the teams they build are pretty impressive. You've got sharp statisticians, people who just live and breathe data, then professional bettors executing the plays, sometimes even former bookies who know the inside track.
Right, they bring that domain knowledge. It's all about finding that edge, spotting where the market, or the bookmaker in this case, might be slightly off.
Like finding a mispriced asset.
Precisely, and acting on it fast.
Their methods are quite intense, too. First off, they pool enormous sums of money. This gives them massive financial clout, right?
Yes, serious leverage. And then there's the analysis. It's not just surface level stuff.
No way, it's like military-grade data crunching. They're analyzing historical performance, specific matchups, maybe even weather forecasts, injury reports, anything.
And increasingly, using sophisticated tools. AI is definitely part of the picture now, alongside that human intuition you mentioned, the gut feel from experienced bettors.
So they combine tech and experience, and the result. They can deploy huge bets incredibly quickly.
And that's the key, the speed and scale. Because they move with so much money and analysis, they can literally shift the odds across multiple platforms almost instantly.
Which leads to some pretty wild stories. Get this, there's one anecdote about a syndicate spotting a tiny pricing error on a, really obscure basketball game.
Okay.
Within something like 12 minutes, they apparently placed over $150,000 in bets, spread across maybe 20 different bookmakers.
Wow, 12 minutes. That's moving fast.
Incredibly fast. And the crucial part is they got those bets down before the bookies realized their mistake and corrected the odds. They'd locked in their profit.
And that just highlights their whole approach, doesn't it? Identifying that small window, that inefficiency, and exploiting it before it disappears. Speed and execution are paramount.
So what's the core strategy here? It boils down to finding value, identifying odds that are, statistically speaking, better than they should be.
It's pure probability play.
Yeah, it's much less about the thrill of the gamble, hoping for a lucky break. It's calculated, it's strategic, more like chess.
Then roulette. Absolutely. They're trying to take emotion and bias completely out of the equation. It's all about the numbers, the mathematical advantage.
Now, people listening might be wondering, is this actually legal? Forming a group to bet.
Generally speaking, yes. As long as everyone's of legal age and they're betting in regulated markets, forming a syndicate itself isn't usually illegal.
But legal doesn't mean welcome, right?
Not at all. Sportsbooks, well, they really don't like syndicates. And you can see why.
Because they win too often.
Pretty much. Syndicates represent a significant threat to the bookmaker's bottom line, to the house edge. They're sophisticated opponents.
So the sportsbooks fight back.
Oh, definitely. They invest heavily in risk management, trying to identify syndicate activity. If they suspect an account is part of a syndicate,
They shut it down.
or limit it. Exactly. They might severely restrict the stakes that account can place or close it altogether. It becomes this constant cat and mouse game.
Syndicates finding new ways to place bets, bookies finding new ways to detect them.
It's a continuous push and pull. The syndicates adapt, maybe using more complex networks or betting methods, and the sportsbooks try to keep up.
So for you listening, while you might not be running a multi-million-dollar betting operation,
Probably not.
the next time you see the odds on a game suddenly tank for no obvious reason, just plummet. Well, pause for a second. It might just be the ripple effect of one of these unseen, highly organized groups making a massive calculated move somewhere in the world.
That's a fascinating thought, and it really makes you consider the wider implications, doesn't it? This constant battle for an edge, this sophisticated layer operating beneath the surface. How does that ongoing pursuit of advantage continue to shape betting and maybe even sport itself?
Something to think about.